10 to shoot. Edwards. Oh, Edwards! A signature slam! Difference of 2 seconds, the game clock and the shot clock.
Worst case scenario, we're going to overtime.
Jokic a screen, Murray to try to break the tie.
No timeout by the Lakers, they gotta go.
James, a bump, a feed, a Prince shot, no! Zeros on the clock, the Nuggets advance. They have won, and the defense of their championship title is alive and well.
Your friend, make sure you get a good one. 8-point lead, crossing over into the lane, pirouette, follow-away jumper, good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, another masterful move. A 10-point Thunder lead, 102 remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a young man myself, you know what I'm saying? As a young king myself, you know what I'm saying? The new era is here. It's here, people. This is finna annoy me. The new era is here, man. Ignore my hair. The era is here. The new one. KD, Bron, and Curry, he been gone. The top 3 from the 2010s. Them niggas is out of here, champ. Them niggas is... Get the fuck out of here. And if my prediction with the Mavs beating the Clippers, if that goes through, oh man, PG, Kawhi, Harden, Russ, them niggas gotta go, man. They gotta go. In the era of the new niggas, man. Hey, let me stop. Hey, man, say, man, look, man, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Lazy Cast. I'm your gracious host, Jalen. And yeah, some stuff has been happening in the playoffs in particular. If you have not noticed, if you've been living under a rock for the past, I don't know, couple of days, some teams have gotten eliminated. And by some teams, 2 very big ones, where we have the Phoenix Suns that got eliminated not too long ago, a couple of days ago. And just last night, the Los Angeles Lakers fall to the Denver Nuggets 4-1, 108 to 106. Hey man, say man, look man, and then we got some other teams that there's 3 teams actually got eliminated, but the 2 everybody care about. Shout out New Orleans, but yeah. Anyway, yeah man. I ain't see my face in a couple of days, a little something. So I've been talking with some people and about the way I should do it instead of just going by game by game. I'm gonna let little games, little build up. You know what I'm saying? And we get shit like this. And we got a couple games that's happening tonight where we have 2 teams that could potentially be eliminated in the Bucks and the Sixers. I'll talk about them later on. But you know, I'm instead of trying to do game by game, I'm gonna let some of the games build up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let them, and then gives me a lot more to talk about. So that's how I'm gonna go forward with these playoffs going forward. And with the NFL draft, I know that just happened. I know this is a basketball pod. We don't fuck with the football over here. Let me stop. But with the NFL draft coming and went, I have something in plan that I want to do for that, but that happened later on. But for right now, let's skip all the talking, man. Let's skip all the talking, man. The Lakers have been officially eliminated from the playoffs. No more Lake Show, no more Bron, no more AD, no more Darvin Ham, no more Lakers. Now, let me actually big screen myself. Before I even get into the actual game and as a whole, I just want to give my 2 cents on the Lakers. I'm going to do this for all the teams that get eliminated going forward. Essentially what I think they could do in the future going forward, blah, 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 blah. I'll probably do like something later on during like the actual off season, talking about the teams that aren't here, or the teams and what they need to do and blah blah blah. The Lakers, however, I generally the one thing that should have been apparent, I think, a while ago, is they should have been got rid of Darvin Ham. And I hate being, that type of dude to be like, oh, this person needs to get fired. That person needs to get fired. I hate to do that, but you're not good at your job. You're not good. That last game was probably Darvin's best coached game in a very long time. Probably since he's been a Laker, if we're being honest, since he's been the Lakers head coach. And it really does suck, just for the simple fact of the Lakers all season long came into this regular season with a bunch of potential. Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince was added, Rui Hachimura came back, D'Lo was back, Austin Reeves had another year under his belt, looking to bounce back. Hopefully that AD and Bron was healthy and things of that nature. Getting Christian Wood, who they never fucking used. And I was talking to some people, they was like, you should use Christian Wood. It's too goddamn late now. It's throwing that nigga Christian Wood in there is like trying to throw fucking a raindrop on a fucking forest fire. It's not gonna work. It's too late now. This shit already burned down. That's only gonna make it worse. Not worse, but just like fuck it. But I don't know, man. Me personally, even when I did my Western Conference predictions, don't watch that if you haven't watched it. When I did my Western Conference predictions, I wasn't that high on the Lakers. A lot of people said that they were going to be like a 1-2 seed, arguably best team in the West, and I saw it, but I think I had them around like maybe the 4th seed or something like that, because I just thought the Western Conference as a whole is just too stacked. You still had OKC. Again, this was prior to OKC being the Oklahoma City that we know them now. And also, this is prior to fucking Minnesota jumping and Dallas getting hot and all this other stuff. So, what I think they need to do, again, on top of that, just get rid of Darvin Ham. I really don't know what else that he can do for that organization or just for that locker room. Anthony Davis has officially checked out. He's been checked out probably before the playoffs even started, but he's been checked out for a long time. Bron really, I think, doesn't give a shit. Let me not say doesn't give a shit. That motherfucker just is waiting for Bronny at this point. I truly believe that this man, LeBron James, is still playing basketball in the NBA just so he can play with his son. I honestly, play against his son, one of the two. Either he's going to play against his son or he's going to play with him. I truly think that is the only reason LeBron James is still playing NBA basketball, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but whatever. And also, the roster, it's not the greatest roster in the world. It's not the worst roster in the world. I generally don't know. Like, in all honesty, I don't know. Outside of the biggest thing is you need to fire a Darvin Ham. That's the biggest thing. And that's not like I want to point fingers at motherfuckers, because all season long, the Lakers just strictly underperformed. When you had another person like a Cam Reddish who was in the starting lineup, you had somewhat expectations for him, not to be the Cam from Atlanta when he was drafted, but just a decent 3-and-D guy. He just couldn't shoot the ball for fucking shit. And you had Taurean Prince, who was starting for, it felt like, every game of the season early on, and he just wasn't productive. The early duo of Austin Reeves and D'Lo wasn't able to really get going until later on in the season, post All-Star break. So really post trade deadline is when D'Lo started to show like, yo, I'm still a pretty decent fucking point guard at this game of basketball. But nevertheless, outside of firing Darvin Ham, you really, like, if I'm Jeannie Buss and them boys, I'm really contemplating moving off LeBron. I am. I'm really contemplating moving off LeBron. That's gonna ruffle some feathers. That's probably not gonna like it. A lot of people not gonna like it because, again, it's fucking LeBron. But at the end of the day, you got to look at it as, are we really going to try to run this shit back again? Or am I just going to say, fuck it, we finna build for the future? Anthony Davis, do you want to be that guy? If not, you can go too. Because they have, it feels like no draft capital. They have assets to trade in terms of players and shit to trade. But they're so hell-bent on trying to get this LeBron AD. We're trying to get another championship, trying to get another 2020. And again, you have a LeBron James on your team that's still performing at all NBA caliber levels, whether it be second team or third team. He's still performing at an all NBA caliber level, still putting up, giving you 26, 7, and 7 on damn near a nightly basis. But there's been chinks in that armor. There's been cracks in that armor. There's, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm the Lakers GM, if I'm Rob Dick and them boys, if I'm Jeanie Buss and them boys, I'm highly contemplating moving off LeBron James. Like, honestly, I'm contemplating moving off of LeBron James. I am. And looking to just say, fuck it, Anthony, this is your team. We'll get you somebody in the offseason, whether it be a Trae Young or a Donovan Mitchell or whatever the fuck, but we got to somehow move off LeBron. And I don't know if, obviously, him signing, I think he signed like a 2-year, $100 million extension, so that'll be hard to move off of him. But I don't know. It might be. And it's not to say that LeBron is the scapegoat. He's been ass all season, because again, he hasn't been. He's been fucking LeBron James. They gonna let you know every goddamn game he's in year 21. But I don't know, man. That's just me, my personal opinion. But yeah, I again wrong in my predictions. I thought the Lakers, again, because the Lakers are gonna Laker, man. They be up halftime as much as 20, as much as 10, as much as 7. They'll be up for a good chunk of the game. Come that third quarter, they start to slow down. Come that fourth quarter, shit just falls apart. And outside of their one win, the motherfuckers just fell apart all the time. And I know some people is gonna say, oh, well, at least LeBron didn't get swept. Them niggas was up for majority of the series. They just Darvin. No. I wouldn't say this affects his legacy, as motherfuckers are trying to make it seem like, because that nigga he's cemented as a top 2 player of all time, regardless of where the fuck you have him, whether he's 1 or 2 or fucking, I don't care at this point. I don't really care at this point, but I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird because you really have to contemplate moving off of that, man. That's all I'm saying. But all that being said, big up to the Lakers. Definitely, I will say this though, a very disappointing season. In terms of teams being disappointed, the Lakers are very disappointed this year. I don't think that's a hot take to say. I don't think I'm hating. Them niggas was very disappointed because looking at this roster, they didn't even have Spencer Dinwiddie to start the year. But looking at this roster, the expectations they had coming into the season, and where a lot of people was having them coming into the season, trust me, like, just go back and watch old ESPN clips, old Bleacher Report rankings of where motherfuckers thought the Lakers could be and how they ended up. Quite sad. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into these stats. Rui Hachimura chipped in with 15. Reeves and D'Lo had decent games. Reeves, I've been really impressed with this whole series. He's been probably one of the, like, outside of these two, this motherfucker's been very consistent. So shout out to Austin Reeves, bro. I better not see nobody saying anything bad about this nigga Austin Reeves, because that motherfucker was solid for y'all. Literally the whole season. So shout out Austin Reeves. Anthony Davis, he collided with MPJ, fucked up his shoulder, so he was essentially, I don't want to say a non-factor, because he still chipped in with 15 rebounds and 4 blocks on top. 2 blocks on top of 2 steals and 4 assists. So he was still productive in other ways as well, but he tried damn near all series long. You can't really say much about Anthony Davis. Same thing with LeBron James. Outside of maybe like game 1, when they like choked that really big lead. Or not game 1, it was game 2. LeBron was kind of in, but he's ever since picked it up. 30 points, damn near 30-point triple-double, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, 4 steals. Did what he had to do. On to the winners who move on to face another team that we're going to talk about in like 2 seconds. We have the Denver Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. had his game, had his way with the fucking Lakers with 26 points, had 5 threes, very efficient. I know a lot of people say the X factor is Aaron Gordon, and I would tend to agree sometimes. But if this man is having a good shooting night on top of playing solid defense as well, if he's having a good shooting night, it's damn near impossible to beat the Nuggets. I'm going to be whole honest with you. If he, being Michael Porter Jr., is having a good shooting night and he's giving you 26 points on that night, it is damn near impossible to beat the fucking Nuggets. It's damn near impossible to beat the Nuggets. I'm going to just be honest with you. It's very hard. On top of Jokic doing Jokic things, they're going to have Jamal Murray, who also finally showed up and had himself a decent game with 32 points and 7 assists, had 5 threes as well, shooting 46% from the field. Very good fucking game from him. Jokic had a Jokic game outside of the 7 turnovers, which probably is very uncharacteristic for Jokic, but damn near had a 25-point triple-double with 25, 20, and 9. Jesus Christ. And Aaron Gordon also chipping in with 13 rebounds and 6 assists with solid defense all around. And one of his clutchest rebounds was over LeBron. And I believe D'Lo, it was either LeBron and D'Lo or LeBron and Rui. He had got like a clutch-ass rebound, kicked it out to Jamal, hit the essentially game-tying 3. And Jamal did Jamal things, as you saw earlier. Game-winning shot. Sent them niggas home, man. Like I said, man, the Nuggets gonna repeat. Nuggets gonna repeat. Nuggets are gonna repeat. It's evident at this point. But shout out to the Nuggets, Laker fans. I feel for you. I don't actually. I kind of low key happy. Not that the Lakers lost, but that the Lakers fans get something to cry about. Cause fuck you niggas. Anyway, moving on. Minnesota lost to Phoenix. Them niggas is ass, chat. Them niggas is ass, chat. Okay, let me also say this. For the people that are saying that the Phoenix Suns are a fucking super team, please stop it. Like, be so fucking for real right now. When was the Phoenix Suns classified as a fucking super team? I'll wait. Because even when they signed Bradley Beal, niggas had problems with it. Even when they said Bradley Beal and they was like, well, yeah, we're grasping at straws. We have fucking Bol on our bench who we're not going to play. They're still a super team. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Because at that point, you niggas is sounding like KD hater. Like, I'm being so fucking for real. Because, yes, I was high on the Suns in the regular season. I said the Suns would be a phenomenal regular season team and struggle in the playoffs. That's what I said. You can go back and watch that video I was talking about when I was predicting the Western Conference. I believe I had the Suns being like a top 3 Western Conference team or some shit. I thought they was going to be a top 3 team just because of the fact that offensively, no one can fuck with them niggas. At least that's how it was supposed to be on paper. That's what I thought. And I think that's what a lot of other people thought. Them niggas was just going to shoot the lights out, one going to defend the lick of shit, and just struggling offs, which I thought was universally fucking agreed upon. And now all of a sudden people was calling this team a super team? Since when? When has these niggas been a super team? And if people want to say Bradley Beal made them a super team, Bradley Beal has not been an all-star for like 2-3 years now. That nigga has not been a fucking all-star for a very long time. Stop it. Stop it. If this was the Bradley Beal that was putting up 30 in Washington, then yes, you can say this is a super team. Sure, whatever. I still wouldn't even say it's a super team. But regardless, the Bradley Beal that just was in Washington prior to the season, coming off injury that barely played last season, and this is a super team, nigga, stop it. Stop that shit, bro. Stop that talk. Stop that super team talk. People saying this is one of the most disappointing super teams and all the. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Because I never once did I hear anyone all season long call Phoenix a super team. Never once did I hear anyone, whether it been on Twitter, whether it been on Instagram, whether it been on ESPN, First Take, Undisputed. I never heard none of them niggas say Phoenix was a fucking super team. They said they can score the ball well, but they have no depth on their bench. Now, all of a sudden, if they lose, they're a fucking super team and they're one of the most disappointing super teams. Shut the fuck up. That sounds dumb. No. These niggas was never a super team. No. Super team shit has been dead for years now. We have not had a super team since probably Brooklyn when we had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. That was probably the last super team that we had. And even then, them niggas struggled because they had the same problem as Phoenix. Bunch of offense, no bench, no defense. Stop that shit, bro. You niggas just sounding like fucking KD haters. And I'm not even the biggest KD fan, but you niggas are sounding like KD haters. And that shit is annoying. I'm spitting. Stop it. Anyway, going on to the series. I didn't even talk about Phoenix. That shit just blew the fuck out of me. Anyway, Phoenix, you niggas is just like the Lakers. You niggas is in hell. You niggas is in hell. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all have no fucking first or second round draft picks for like 2-3 years going into the future. Y'all are stuck playing an older KD, an older Bradley Beal. Devin Booker is just going to waste his prime away on this Phoenix Suns team. Ain't nothing else to say with you niggas. You better just hope to run it back next year and y'all get a lot of vet minimums. That's really all I can say. Frank Vogel, I feel bad because they really just threw a defensive-minded coach, mind you. They just threw that nigga in the fire and said, make it work. Prior to when they signed Bradley Beal, mind you, they just said, hey, make it work. We don't know how it's going to work, but make it work, which made zero sense. I guess they thought they were having a defensive-minded coach and Frank Vogel was going to make their defense better when they didn't have defensive-minded players or even defensive personnel players or even players that tried on defense. So I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to me. I feel bad for him. Before we even get into the stats, again, I think the person I feel bad for the most is honestly Devin Booker. I'm being honest with you. Because outside of the last game where he had 49, he got clamped the entire series. And I didn't expect much from Phoenix, even though, again, another prediction I was wrong on. I thought these Western Conference playoffs were going to be a lot closer than what they were. Even though the games were closer, I meant like the series games. Like I think I had Phoenix. I think I said I had Phoenix win. I mean, not Phoenix winning. I had Minnesota winning in 6 in my first prediction, but I think I changed it to 5 or some shit. Because I thought them niggas was going to get at least one. At least one. Obviously didn't happen. They got swept. But yeah, and I feel bad for D-Book just for the simple fact that he's wasting his prime away in Phoenix. That's really the only reason I feel bad. People talking about narrative talk with Kevin Durant. Again, I feel like Kevin Durant at this point in time, it's not that much that he can do to change the opinions and narratives about his career going forward, or even really narrative talk. There's really nothing else that man can say. He's damn near, I wouldn't say as long as LeBron, but he's been playing as long as like the longs of a LeBron, Steph Curry, and all these motherfuckers. There's only so much that nigga can do to really change people's opinions. And he wasn't going to win anything in Phoenix. Let's be fucking for real. He wasn't going to win anything last year when that nigga came halfway through the season. He wasn't going to win anything this year. Again, I thought they were going to be a phenomenal regular season team. They weren't even really that. They struggled, but they picked it up once everyone got healthy. But even then, it was like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Phoenix is easily in a worse predicament than the Lakers. I will say that. Phoenix is in way worse. They're in way worse trouble than the Lakers. At least the Lakers have some type of draft capital that they can wager and get players and shit like that. Phoenix has nothing. They essentially wasted everything to get Beal and not Beal, but they wasted everything to get KD. So I don't know. I don't know what they do. The only thing they really can do is either whether or not they get rid of Frank Vogel or not, which is looking like they're probably going to do, which I feel because it's not really his fault. I wouldn't be surprised if the second he gets fired, he's going to get hired somewhere else because, yeah. But, yeah, they really is not much they can do except to just roll the ball back out with them three and just try to give them better supporting cast with whatever money they got and just pray. And like I said also, when in the last video I made, Grayson Allen was going to be a very big fucking problem with him being injured with that sprained ankle. Lo and behold, in the last game, they really could have used some Grayson Allen shooting opposed to Bradley Beal giving them 9 points. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the stats real quick, skipping past the Timberwolves real fast. Again, I feel for KD also because outside of like game 2, KD had relatively a good series. Like, he really didn't have that bad of a series. Kevin Durant really didn't have that bad of a series outside of like game 2. Let me see, actually. Let me actually see, like, can I go, like, game by game type shit? Yeah, outside of, like, game 2, that motherfucker really didn't have the worst series. Yeah, outside of game 2, Kevin Durant was solid. At least in my opinion, Kevin Durant was solid. For all the people that were saying Kevin Durant Kevin Durant was solid for majority of the series. And in game 3, I think he also had a really good game as well. Or let me see. Yeah, man. You niggas are just KD haters, bro. I think bro, you niggas are just KD haters, man. That's what I'm starting to see. Because again, outside of game 2, that nigga Kevin Durant was solid. That nigga was fucking good, man. You niggas are just KD haters. That's all I'm noticing. But looking at the stats real quick, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, like I mentioned, had themselves the best game that they had in the series. Kevin Durant essentially shot perfect from the fucking field, on top of having 9 rebounds, 5 assists, barely any turnovers as well with the 5 assists. I'm actually really shocked. And 4 blocks as well. Kevin Durant, probably easily his best game of the series. Jusuf Nurkic, useless out there. Bradley Beal, like I mentioned, struggled to shoot the ball, only had 9 points, along with fouling out on top of 6 turnovers, on top of shooting 30% from the field. Essentially was non-existent. Eric Gordon couldn't shoot for shit. Devin Booker, damn, he had a lot of free throws. Damn, that's a lot. Had 49 points on top of 2 steals, a block, 6 rebounds. 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Shooting solid from both the free throw line and the field as well. Yeah, man. This team is in trouble. This team is going to be in a lot of trouble because they really can't do much else except just bring these 3 back and pray that they get a lot of vet minimums and be like, hey, man, we got KD, Book, and Beal, though. Like, them niggas is going to be in trouble. My niggas that's moving on, man. Shout out to the motherfucking Timberwolves, a.k.a. shout out to that man, Anthony Edwards. That dude is a dog. Honestly, I know a lot of people are ready to say he's the face of the league, or he will be the face of the league, and I'm right there. I'm not gonna lie. I think I don't know if I talked about it on this channel or not, but to me, it's between him and Ja. And I know people ain't gonna like that Ja click, the few nigga. But hey, man, it's between me and Ja. It's between him and Ja for me. That nigga Ja Morant, and this is probably gonna be a hot take. If Ja Morant was still playing in not Minnesota, if Ja Morant was playing and didn't get hurt this season, I wholeheartedly believe that niggas will be talking about Ja Morant just as much as they talk about Anthony Edwards. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, It's between them two for me. It's between them two because on one hand, John Morant had the entire world in a chokehold before, obviously, with the gun shit. And now Anthony Edwards is finally getting the appreciation and love that he deserves. So, I don't know, man. It's between them two niggas for me. But looking at the stats, he had a cool 46 assists and 9 rebounds on top of having 2 blocks and 1 steal. Shooting solid from the field and very solid from the 3 with also 7 threes on the night. Karl-Anthony Towns, X factor for the series, has played phenomenal this entire series with 28 points, 10 rebounds, shooting 4 of 6 from the 3, 11 of 17 from the field as a whole, with also 3 assists chipped in. Jaden McDaniels with 18 points. His 3-point percentages was kind of shaking a little bit, but he's also found other ways to chip in, just being aggressive on defense with a steal in the block and also playing as much defense as you can on the Devin Booker and the Bradley Beal. And also Naz Reid off the bench chipping in with 8 points. Rudy Gobert chipping in with 2 blocks and a steal as well. Yeah, man. This Minnesota team, like I mentioned, Minnesota versus Denver will be the next round. And that one's gonna be I had Minnesota winning Phoenix, but I thought, Minnesota going up against a team like Denver. Initially, obviously, before the playoffs started, I thought, they're probably just, not want to say quick work, but I feel like Denver might make it easy. But seeing the way Denver has played and how they tend to let teams hang in there. By teams, I mean the Lakers. And I think, and before people say, I think Minnesota beats the Lakers as well. Probably damn near in 5 as well. I think Minnesota does the same shit that happened to the Lakers in 5. I think they beat them in 5. But also the Lakers is just probably one of the strongest 7-seeded teams we've seen in a very long time. And it solely depends again on if Jamal Murray, who's gonna have some time off to rest that calf of his, who didn't even look like he was hurt, because that motherfucker was playing phenomenal all that last game. I mean, I say all series long. And also depending on how the others, as Shaq would like to say, you got an MPJ and Aaron Gordon and KCP, who kind of struggled to shoot the ball a little bit towards the end of the series, but also just stepping up defensively. I'm curious to see, again, for the Timberwolves, the biggest X factor, I think for the Timberwolves for the rest of the playoffs is always going to be Karl-Anthony Towns, because they go as far as he takes them. I mean, they go as far as well as he performs, if that makes sense. They go as far as he takes them. And I'm not saying that Cat is the number one guy on the team. Everyone knows the number one guy on the team. It's not him. But Anthony Edwards, 9 times out of 10, is going to get his, or he's going to be able to create for others. But teams, especially after that Phoenix series, are going to be glued to him more than ever. So if you have another consistent 20 to 25 game score in a Karl-Anthony Towns that can also, who was playing phenomenal on the boards, chip in with about 8 to 10 rebounds a game, that Minnesota team also, who will have a Jaden McDaniels have a game or two, Naz Reid coming off the bench, 6th man of the year, Naz Reid, shout out that big nigga, Naz Reid coming off the bench being great, Mike Conley being the floor general, and still having Rudy Gobert being the defensive maker that he is. That Minnesota team is dangerous. And I think this is going to be a fucking fun series. I will, however, say I'm still going to stick to my guns, even though for the culture, I want to see Minnesota win. I really want to see Minnesota win for the culture. But all bias aside, being a fair reporter, analyst of basketball, of the game that I love, that I am, Nuggets in 6. I wouldn't be surprised if this series go to 7, because Minnesota, I just think they're just playing that. They're just that hot right now. They're probably the hottest team in all of basketball right now. But I still think the Nuggets would be too much for them, because, again, the thing that the Timberwolves struggle with, even though they split the season series in the regular season, I think I saw Ernie Johnson on NBA I saw Ernie Johnson on NBA TV, NBA TNT talking about how they split the season series for like the past 3 years. And obviously last season they beat them in 5, but the Nuggets have been on record all season long, or all postseason long. They was like, yeah, that was the hardest series we had to fucking face. Mind you, they went against the Lakers in the conference finals. They swept them. And mind you, they played the Miami Heat in the NBA finals, and it was like, yeah, that Minnesota team, them Minnesota niggas, them young niggas in Minnesota, them motherfuckers was crazy to beat. That was the hardest series we had to face. And I think that could be the same case here. I truly think that this series is going to be 10 times harder than this LA series. And we saw how Denver, again, that habit of letting teams stick around, letting teams get in that early lead just because you have the switch, just because you have that switch and be like, we can just turn it on, whatever. It's good to have it, but you don't want to rely on that motherfucker every single game. And I don't think that will be the case with Denver and Minnesota. I would be very shocked if we get some blowouts in this series. Again, I'll be very shocked if we get blowouts in this series because I just think these two teams are that, I won't say evenly matched, but they're just that good right now. And yeah, man. Denver in 6. Again, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be shocked if this series goes to 7. But yeah. Moving on to another team that has advanced to the semi-finals. Ooh, the Knicks and the Sixers are currently playing right now, but I'll talk about them later. A team that has currently advanced to the semi-finals. The Oklahoma City Thunder have beat the New Orleans Pelicans in a sweep, 97-89 in Game 4. Again, what was it? I think I had OKC in 5 because I thought New Orleans was going to get 1 at home, and they were very close to getting this one at home. If Brandon Ingram has even a decent game, I think they win this series. They win this game, or it's definitely a chance that they win this game because they were in this game. Even in Game 1, when they won, I believe it was 96-93. I thought New Orleans was gonna have one of those type of games where they just can't fucking miss a single shot, and OKC is just struggling, and the motherfuckers is just playing down to competition, which they have a habit of doing sometimes. But again, hey man, they got the job done, and they play the winner of the Dallas and Clippers series. So I think that'll be a fun series to behold whenever that series is over, as it's currently tied up 2-2. But looking at the Pels going forward, it might be time to move off Zion. It might be time to move off of Zion. And this whole me talking about the losing teams is just gonna be me moving off their star players. But with the Zion thing in particular, Zion has, even though this was one of his best seasons because he was actually somewhat healthy, I don't personally want them to move off Zion, but I think that's what will happen. I wouldn't be shocked if it does happen. Hey man, fuck it. Straight up Julius Randle for Zion. Who says no? Probably a lot of people. But no, I wouldn't be shocked if New Orleans moves off Zion Williamson. I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked at all if they do. Because there's been talks of him even before the season. There was maybe talks of him being moved, and because he's not healthy, and obviously with the whole kid stuff that happened and blah 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 blah. I think when he is on the floor, though, this New Orleans team is an immensely, it's night and day that this team is a lot better with Zion Williamson on the floor opposed to him being on the bench injured. And it really showed because in that LA game, in that play-in game, they were probably gonna win that game if Zion didn't get hurt. The nigga had 40 and 11. So they were probably gonna win that game, and they would have been playing the Nuggets, even though either way they would have still lost, but they would have still had Zion, so it could have been a competitive series or whatever. But yeah, man, you gotta feel for him. You gotta feel for him just because injuries has taken a lot off him. So I don't know if you're Willie Green and them boys. If you just say fuck it, we're gonna try to run it back again. I don't know. I don't know if you do that. I personally think you probably might have to move off Zion and just say fuck it. But then again, who knows, man? But shout out to them. Shout out to the Pels. They, it's the same shit with them. Excuse me. It's the same shit with them every single year. They get real close. They play good when Zion is on the court. One of the best Western Conference teams when he is on the court. They go on a crazy win streak. He gets hurt. They fall. Man, this team would be so much better if they had a star player. Or man, this team would be so much better if they had Zion. They have Zion come playoff time, or Zion plays barely in the playoffs, or he plays bad in the playoffs. This was the one time he played really good in the fucking play-in, I should say. And the play-in, he was, again, 40 and 11 on that Lakers team, and them motherfuckers was going to go home and go play either Sacramento or Golden State, which would have been good, Sacramento. But yeah, man, sucks to see. It sucks to see, but it generally feels like that this might be the last time we see Zion Williamson in a New Orleans Pelicans jersey. Where he might go, I might have to do a little bit more research on that. A team that might be a good fit for him, because I know obviously when the trade rumors was going on with Zion, he was heavily linked to the Knicks. I mean, heavily linked to the Knicks. And I personally wouldn't think that would still be a bad fit. They would have to move on Julius Randle, but I don't think the Knicks would move off of Julius Randle, even though I think that they should. But we'll see. We'll see. But again, shout out to OKC. Did what they're supposed to do. Sweep a team. Essentially beat a team that they were supposed to beat, in all honesty. But quickly looking at the Pelicans real quick. Again, Brandon Ingram just struggled. Lou Dort and all them boys just play phenomenal defense on him, and he just struggled to get anything going. Again, Trey Murphy struggled. Jonas Valanciunas, best he could with 19 and 13 on the day. Herb Jones struggled again. CJ was really the only guy, him and Najee Marshall, that was the only two people that could really get anything to fall. And even then, it wasn't nearly enough. They played phenomenal, but OKC's defense was just too fucking much. Shea chipped in with 24. Josh Giddey, who's been playing really well this series, mind you. I know I'm not gonna talk about the Josh Giddey shit, but I know Josh Giddey has his haters. Not say haters, but has his dislikers, people that don't like Josh. But in this series, he's been shooting the ball, in particular, shooting the three really well this series. So shout out to Josh Giddey. Chet, 14, 9, 5 with, I thought he had 5 blocks. I was going to say, damn. But he's been blocking the ball really well this series. J-Dub also chipped in with 24. He's been, I would arguably say, probably OKC's best player. In this series alone, he's been playing phenomenal, just as good as Shea, if not tiny bit better. And then also Lou Dort playing phenomenal defense while also chipping in with 11 points. So shout out to OKC. Again, they play the winner of the Dallas Mavericks or the Los Angeles Clippers series. And I'll give you my thoughts on that series when they finally conclude. But moving on to Boston and Miami. Miami. These niggas about to get beat again. They letting Derek White drop 38 on them. Yeah, Miami ain't doing shit, man. And also Jimmy Butler, I think, is gone for the series too. So might as well get the shit out now. No, let me not do that. Let me stop. I won't talk about losing teams until it is official But I had Miami losing this series in 5. It's most like I figured Miami was going to have that one fucking game where either Jimmy Butler was going to go crazy. Yeah, I didn't know. Obviously, no one knew Jimmy Butler was going to get hurt in this Philly series. Or not even series, but Philly playing game. But I thought Miami, because of just how Boston is, and surprisingly, Boston is bad at home. They're like not good at home for some reason in the playoffs. And I think when I was watching NBA on TNT, they're like 14 and 13 at home. It was some bull, like there was something like they're bad at home or something, or they're not as good as you would expect them to be at home in the playoffs, in particular, not in the regular season. Because obviously in the regular season, Boston was the best team, no question. But playoff come, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But nevertheless, Boston is doing what I expected them and a lot of other people expected them to do. And it shows when you have a fucking Derek White who can give you 38 points. 38 points from Derek White. I think he hit 8 threes as well. Yeah, man. This series might be over, chat. Series might be over. Again, I'm not going to talk about Miami until it's official. And as you can see at the top, they play Wednesday. That would be the closeout game for them. But yeah, just quickly going over the stats. Jaylen Brown chipped in with 17 and 5 rebounds. Jason Tatum had 20 and 11 on okay shooting from the field. Kristaps, who it will miss game 5 this Wednesday, I believe. What was it? He went out the game with right. I think it was right leg. It was a right thigh tighten, like his thigh like tightened up on him. And he went out the game. They were saying it was a lot of people speculating. I was like, oh shit, this nigga's Achilles just popped. And I was like, oh, whoa, that's going to fucking suck because that wholeheartedly changes a lot of things going on. Boston is still probably going to be the best team in the East, and they probably most likely still make it out the Eastern Conference. But oh boy, whoever they see in that West without a Kristaps Porzingis to put on let's say Denver in a sense to put on a Jokic, or if Minnesota for the culture makes it to not have someone they can put on a Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert or something like that, or even to have someone to guard a Naz Reid, I don't know, man. But obviously Kristaps, I think will be fine. I think they just said it was, I believe I got the notification. They were saying that he's going to be out with like right calf, right solar strain. I've never heard of a solar, so I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, right solar strain. It's simply just a strain, so nothing pops. Because a lot of people were speculating that motherfucker Achilles just snapped, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a very big loss for Boston if that's the truth." But luckily, it's just a strain. And obviously, Derek White chipped in with 38 points, 8 threes on the day, shot the ball phenomenal. Also playing phenomenal defense, a defense that he's known for, with 3 blocks. Jrue Holiday. Okay. So this page is gonna make me this channel is gonna make it seem like I hate Jrue Holiday. I really don't. I really like Jrue Holiday. He's a big reason as to why the Bucks have that 2021 ring. But man, they are lucky as fuck that they're playing Miami. They're very lucky that they're playing a bad team like a Miami, and that in the second series that they're probably going to play another bad team or a team that's they just can't simply keep up with them in either Orlando or Cleveland. Man, let these niggas make to the finals, which I think that they will. Let these niggas make it to the finals, and this nigga Jrue Holiday is still putting up numbers like these consistently. Boy, that Dame trade ain't gonna look so bad now, is it? And I'll get to the Bucks in a minute. But man, Jrue Holiday has been stinking it up these playoffs. I don't think he's had a single good game, offensive game, I should say. Defensively, you know what he does, but I don't think he's had a single good offensive game in these entire playoffs. I'm gonna be so serious, and let's hope it doesn't be a trend going forward in the extra rounds because he's been shooting the ball poorly. But looking at the Heat, Bam was really the only one that showed up with 25 and 17 with also 5 assists on the day. And Caleb Martin chipped in with 18 points, also shooting 4 of 8 from the 3. And Tyler Hero doing the best that he can. Shout out to outside of like game 1 where he had like a bad game. Nigga been Tyler Hero. I've been really impressed with Tyler Hero. So shout out to Tyler Hero, man. He's been having a really solid game. So yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Tyler Hero, man. That dude's a dog. But anyway, man, there's really not much else to say about, it's really not much to say about this Boston Miami series. It's going as well as I expected for them to go. Now, a series that's been doing some numbers, chat. New York and Philadelphia, man. New York and Philadelphia. Jalen Brunson took them first 2 games personal, and that nigga has not missed since, as they're currently playing right now. And, dog, that man has been phenomenal. I tell you what. I tell you what, man. I tell you what. Chipping in with 47 and 10. Mind you, a franchise record in 47 and 10. And you know what I'm saying? New York, man. Jalen's, man, my Jalen boys. We got Jalen Brown. He ain't done shit these playoffs, but he's still Jalen Brown. We know what you do. You got Jalen Williams, J-Dub in OKC. Had a great series, man. Jalen Brunson, we're going to ignore those first 2 games. We're going to ignore them. We're going to ignore those first 2 games, right? And this nigga ain't missed since, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. 47. We're just going to get straight into the stats. 47 and 10. Shooting 53% from the field. Ignore the 3. We're going to ignore this. Ignore that. This nigga can't hit it. He can't. His 3 is not just simply not been falling in the series. But ignore that. The fact that Josh Hart has fucking 17 rebounds and 5 offensive boards, 12 defensive rebounds is fucking ridiculous. And same thing with OG. The fact that these niggas has goddamn 14 and 17 boards apiece is insane. They have more boards than Isaiah Hartenstein. Fucking insane. Tobias, them 8 boards need to go up to 13, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. Joel, you're doing the best that you can with the little bit of low mobility that you have. I feel for you. Kyle Lowry, brother, that 5 rebounds need to go up to 9. Everyone needs to crash these fucking boards at this point. Everybody needs to start crashing the boards. Everyone needs to start crashing the boards. All of y'all niggas. I'm being so serious at this point because ain't no way in fucking hell that Josh Hart has 17 rebounds this series. Damn near feel like this man is always averaging 12 rebounds a game. Nigga didn't hit a single shot. All his points came to the free throw line. But 3 blocks, 5 assists, and 17 boards, insane. OG Anunoby, who actually did hit shots. 16 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks as well. Stop it. This was really just a Jalen Brunson show. That was really it. Again, as you can see at the top, they're about to get ready to play what time is it? It's 5. They about to play in like an hour. So who I have for this game, man, and they're in New York, I think New York closes it out. Man. Same thing with the Boston series. I don't know if I said anything. I think Boston closes it out at home as well. But New York, I just think – now I don't think Jalen Brunson goes for 40 again, but I think hopefully it's just the first 2 game jitters and he just got it out of the system, first 2 game jitters. But I think he gets it out of the system. I think he has a solid game as well, another solid performance. And I just think Philadelphia is just going to be too much for them. Unless Joel Embiid can go out there and get 50 again, which seems to be unlikely. Or unless Tyrese Maxey wants to go add another 50-point game to his already impressive most improved player year. Again, shout out to most improved, my boy. Yeah, man. It is what it is. Also, I just realized I didn't talk about most improved when I did my award predictions because I simply just forgot about the award. Who I would have had winning most improved would have been Kobe White, though. But I'm not mad at Tyrese Maxey winning it. But moving on to Dallas and the Clippers. Dallas almost. Them niggas was down by like 30 points, whatever the case may be. Them niggas was down by a lot. And they managed to come all the way back just for it to fall short. Again, this series, I still do think that Dallas wins this series in 7, with or without Kawhi Leonard. I think initially I thought if they didn't have Kawhi for majority of the series, Dallas wins this in 6. But the way that the Clippers have been playing, in particular, the way that this man right here, James fucking Harden, this nigga James Harden has been playing phenomenal. My goodness, my gracious. This man, James Harden, has been playing so good. Like, no bullshit. No, all jokes aside, this man, James Harden, has been really good this series. From really, like, I can't really fathom him having a bad game. He's been taking advantage of this man in particular. Jason Kidd, if you ever seem to watch this while this series is still going on, please, for the life of me, get PJ Washington off of fucking James Harden. Don't put no big niggas on him. Because he, like, I shit you not, like, it was like 5 possessions in a row. He just blow right past PJ and just float. Blow right past, float. Blow right past, float. Blow right. He did that shit like 5 times. I'm being so serious. And I was like, are we not going to take this nigga off of him? Like, I'd much rather have Josh Green go guard him. I'd much rather have Derrick Jones go guard him. I'd much rather have one of them niggas go guard him. Hell, go let Luka guard him. Luka's been playing solid defense this series. He's been struggling offensively, but hell, fucking Kyrie Irving's been playing better defense on that nigga. Get PJ Washington, get Daniel Gafford, get them bigs off of James Harden, please. I beg of you. If fucking on Wednesday in LA, if I turn on that game and I see this man on him or this nigga on him, you niggas is going to lose again. You better just pray and hope that nigga has an off night or you niggas will lose. You niggas are going to lose. I'm being so serious. That's just I would much rather. They don't really have any crazy defensive stoppers on their team. But I would much rather have a Derrick Jones or a Josh Green just guard that nigga James Harden. Or fuck it, just put Kyrie on him. Just put Kyrie on him. Kyrie's been playing great defense. Let me not say great. He's been playing solid defense. Or put Luka on him. Luka's been playing good defense. Luka has been playing really good defense this whole series. He just can't shoot the ball right now. But please, don't put that nigga PJ on him. And if you do, just make sure it's not the fourth quarter. Make sure it's not the fourth quarter. For the love of Christ, don't put that nigga PJ Washington on on James Harden. Jesus Christ. That shit was pissing me off. I'm watching the game and I'm seeing he just blew by him like twice. I'm like, you niggas not finna switch this? Like, what are we doing? Nigga did it 3 more times. I'm like, oh my God, these niggas just lost. Because that nigga Jason Kidd just wanted to be stingy on defense. I don't know what it was. But outside of James Harden chipping in with 33 and 7, again, shot the ball phenomenally. Paul George bounced back, had also a really good game with 33 points, 4 steals, a block, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, shot the ball just as well as James Harden. And yeah, these niggas combined for 66. and it was just too much to handle. With Zubac also chipping in with 13, and off the bench, you had Norman Powell giving you 11 as well. But looking at Dallas, Luka himself, like I mentioned earlier, has been shooting the ball not so great. Shot 1 of 9 from the 3. His free throw percentage has gone up as well. I will say that. But having 29 points with a 29-point triple-double, also a block chipped in, shot 10 of 24 from the field. Luka just has to be better. Luka just simply has to be better. If Luka's even a little bit better this game, they win and they're up 3-1 going back to LA. And even he said in a press conference that you just feel like I'm Luka hating or some shit. Luka said himself, he said, I have to be better. He said he feels like he's letting Kyrie Irving down, and he would be right. Kyrie Irving has been phenomenal series with another great game, and he was a big reason as to why they were even in this game as a whole with 40 points, 5 assists, 7 rebound shot, phenomenal from the field, and also that crazy ass 3 nigga layup over 3 niggas. It was Kyrie Irving is Kyrie Irving. We know what he do. And Derrick Jones also, who really fucking good on offense, had 14 points, shot the ball well. I will say this. I like how Jason Kidd has been utilizing someone like a Derrick Jones. He's been solid. Shit, man. Why is Max Kleber getting 21 minutes? Why? No offense to Maxey, why is he getting 21 minutes? I understand it's for spacing, but why is he getting 21 minutes? Why is Derek Lively getting less minutes than that nigga? Why is Daniel Gafford getting less minutes than fucking what? Nah, bro. The nigga that damn near broke Wilt's record this season for most consecutive field goals made in the start in like however many games is getting less minutes than Maxi Kleber. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why are we giving? Please give Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively more minutes. That's all I'm going to say. Give Exum some more minutes. That nigga was solid in the regular season. That nigga can shoot the piss out the ball. Come on now. Jason Kidd, man. Don't fuck this up, Jason. That's all I'm going to say. Don't fuck this up, Jason, man. Don't fuck this up, man. That's all I'm going to say. But moving on. Oh, it's finally time. Finally time. It's finally time to talk about the Bucks, man. It's finally time to talk about the Bucks. We're getting beat. We're getting beat in 5. Giannis is out for the series. Dame is most likely not going to be there for Game 5. And do they play tonight? I think they play tonight. They do play tonight. They play at 9:30. Dame is most likely not going to be playing. Chris Middleton is playing on no legs at all, but he's been really good. Shout out to Chris Middleton. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much, Chris. I didn't talk about the game where he hit the game winner, the like back-to-back game winners, or not even game winners, but sending that shit to overtime. Shout out to fucking Chris Middleton, because holy shit, that nigga is great. That nigga's been good. This is the Chris Middleton we needed. That nigga's been playing solid. This whole series, he's really been stepping it up, and I like to see that for Chris. So thank you, Chris Middleton. I have nothing. I can't say nothing shit about him. Same thing with Dame. Dame has been really good this series. If it wasn't for his Achilles, I truly think we win this series. I truly think we win this series, or this series is a lot more competitive. Because if it wasn't for Dame, Achilles popping, I really think, because he was playing really good. Obviously, outside of Game 1 and Game 2. Not outside of, but including Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3, even though he was, his leg was kind of, He playing on damn near strained Achilles, ruptured Achilles, whatever wrong with his Achilles. He was playing, he had a really solid game alongside Chris. Shout out to them niggas, man. Shout out to them. Them niggas been playing good. Bobby Portis. Your day has come. Let me stop. Bobby's been Bobby. Brooke has been Brooke. Again, I think we win this series if we have Giannis. I just think if the rest of the niggas we had were healthy, The rest of the niggas we had were healthy. We're winning this series, and we would go on to face most likely New York, and after they beat Philly. And having Giannis for that series when they don't have a Julius Randle and don't have a Mitchell Robinson would be really good. But most likely it's just going to be New York against Indiana. And New York is just going to beat them niggas. It is what it is. New York is going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Is what it is. But yeah, man. It's not much else to say. Is that we're just better luck next year. Face ass, I don't know. Literally everyone in their mama got hurt, like at the wrong time. Everyone in their mama got hurt. Like Indiana's doing what now? This is the same thing with the OKC and the New Orleans game, except New Orleans only lost Zion. We lost damn near like 6 niggas in like the span of like 2 days. It was crazy, but Indiana's doing what they're supposed to do. I'm not gonna take that much. I'm not gonna take no real credit away from them. They're doing what the fuck they're supposed to do. They're beating the team that's in front of them. Yes, we basically have nobody except Chris Middleton. Bobby Portis got ejected last game on some dumb shit. But outside of Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez, who showed up as well, damn near no one's really there for real. So Indiana's doing what Indiana is supposed to do. I'm not gonna be too hard on them. But quickly looking at the stats, Chris Middleton last game had 25 points with 10 rebounds and also 5 assists. Again, I don't really take this shit into too serious, just for the simple fact that every time he touches the ball, he kind of has to shoot it. And on top of that, he has a tweaked ankle. And again, he has to do what he has to do. Brook Lopez shipped in with 27 and 9, also a block, shot well from the field and from the 3. Malik Beasley decided to show his face. 20 points on decent shooting. Patrick Beverly has been non-existent. And that's pretty much it. Moving on to Indiana, Miles Turner has been eating this series with 29 and 9, shooting 7 threes, shot well from the field as well. And Errol Naismith has been playing also really solid defense. I will give him his props. Tyrese Halliburton, who had really the first, I think, 2 bad games, is starting to step up. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Tyrese. Obviously, the game winner in, what was it, game 3? Yeah, game winner in game 3. That nigga was phenomenal. So, yeah, man. Again, y'all niggas expect me to come on here making excuses. Is really nothing else that I can. There's really nothing else that I can say that hasn't really already been said about either team. All our niggas is hurt, and Indiana's doing what I would hope that they would do, is to take advantage of that and just beat the brakes off us. And for the last game that I will be talking about, we have the Orlando Magic tying up the series 2-2 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, this game, again, I didn't watch this game because it happened. For some reason, these Orlando games, they either happen in the middle of like 2 games that you want to see, or like 2 series that have just been way more exciting, or like they're happening early as fuck in the day. Like they're happening at like 12. These games either happen at 12 or they're happening between like 2 other games that you're really excited to see. And I feel so bad because this Orlando team has been performing. They've been playing well. They've been doing the shit that I expected them to do once they came home. And yeah, Franz Wagner had himself a game with 34 points and 13 rebounds, shooting well from the field. This is Paolo's worst game, but even then he chipped in with 2 blocks, 1 steal, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Wendell had a solid game. Off the bench, Jonathan Isaac, who they've been finally giving a lot more minutes, which I'm very happy to see. Him and Mo has been playing solid. Markelle off the bench. Also, Jalen Suggs been playing well. Again, this is just a solid team, man. And this again, I still stand by my statement of having Orlando beat Cleveland. Now, when they do go back to Cleveland, which is today, I think Cleveland bounces back because, again, I don't see Donovan Mitchell having another poor shooting night like this. I don't see Darius Garland or even Evan Mobley having bad shooting nights like this back to back to back 3 games in a row, with Jared Allen being their leading scorer with 21 and 9. So yeah, I think Cleveland does win tonight. But what do you know? I think regardless, the series is going to 7. Regardless of anything, this series is going to 7. But I do think Orlando wins because they're just the better defensive team, and rather have good defense than great offense. I'm just saying. But that's it. That is all she wrote, folks. And that has been the new era. The new era is here, man. The new era is here. Ant, Luka, Jokic, not even Jokic, Shea, Tatum, Vic. Yes, Vic. Fucking Charles Barkley tried to say Victor Wembanyama is not part of the new era of young stars. Niggas talking about, oh, you only won 12 games. Nigga, shut up. Yes, that nigga Victor fucking Wembanyama is a young star. What the hell? What? Like, stop it, bro. But yeah, the old Kings is gone, man. The old Kings is gone, man. They up out of here. They up out of here, man. Gotta make way for the new young niggas, man. Like me, young nigga like me, man. Young nigga like me gotta get some food, man. Gotta eat. Nah, I'm gonna stop. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode 27 of the Lazy Cast. I've been your great so it's Jalen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those good things. And yeah, draft episode should be coming pretty soon. We're in the works of doing something a little different. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Love you guys very much, and I will see y'all next time.